Ballz Visual Radio, one of the heroes of the weekend, one of the biggest weekends in South African sport ever. And joins us on the phone today at Ballz Visual Radio. Ramadan Mubarak, Hashim.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, just wishing you Ramadan Mubarak
thank you very much.
To start
Thank
off.
you very much, yeah.
Thought you'd offended him.
No, never. And I'm just clear up because a lot of people on Twitter were sort of debating the issue of whether you were fasting or not. Can you just clear up for us exactly what the status is?
No, I wasn't fasting while I'm playing. Obviously, while I'm traveling away from home, I don't necessarily have to fast, but I have to keep it up afterwards, obviously.
All right. So you will when you finished winning the series against England, and you also got the ODIs to come. You've got a busy schedule, so no, there's no rest for you, is there?
Well, you all know it's a big tour, and unfortunately we've started it really well. So, as the games go on, I think it's going to get more and more intense, and let's hopefully we can put in some more big performances to clinch the series in next test.
Absolutely. Well, you guys have laid the platform so nicely. And before we get on to your heroic South African record-breaking innings, just looking ahead to Headingley in particular. I mean, the track at the Oval. Some people were pretty surprised that it was so flat, and they felt that maybe the England bowlers thought they'd have more of a chance with their batting lineup. To try and sort of keep the South African bowlers in check. If they go to Headingley with a track that tends to bounce a little bit more than it will at the Oval, surely if they're trying to have a sort of a bowling war against our bowlers showed that they're a lot sharper at the moment than the England bowling attack.
I think usually the Oval actually has a bit of bounce. I think a lot of people, we as well, were a bit surprised at how batter friendly it was. In the same token, our bowlers put in the hard yards, and I think batting under their circumstances, being 250 behind is a different ball game as opposed to setting a first innings total. So I know the wicket was flat, but Ocker to Dale and Monet, Vernon, Jacques and Inni, and they really bowled magnificently on a good batting deck, and to keep the pressure on the English.
And I think you also mentioned, let's have a special mention here for Imran Tahir, because remember Graham Swan took 0 for 152. Jeff Boycott came out and said that he could play Imran at the age of 70. I'd like to see him keep that ball out that got the last wicket yesterday. But picking up 4 sticks there, I think special mention for Imran that he's coming through nicely there with the Proteas.
Yeah, he bowled really well. I think he did an excellent job for us. I think it was the first time where the wicket kind of we've been playing on wickets that have been basically seamer friendly for the last few test matches. It was good for him to have had some assistance in the wicket, and I think that's what you need on wickets that don't assist the seamers. It's for the spinner to come to the party. Unfortunately, Imran bowled really well. It was quite difficult for any left-hander, especially facing him out of the rough there. But I think he's growing as a bowler and improving his worth, and I think all of us who play with him know what an excellent match winner he can be for us. And I think, like everybody else, it does take a bit of time to settle into international cricket. And the way he's coming about, I think it'll be a matter of time before his true potential comes out.
Well, I mentioned Jeff Boycott, and I mean, I personally remember back in the mid-2000s, I think when England were playing here in South Africa, and he was commentating. I mean, you wouldn't have heard it, you might have heard about it, but the things he had to say about your batting technique and your potential as a future test star, which I think now has been put to rest, and has been put to rest a long time ago. But I mean, you did reinvent yourself. There was a lot of criticism earlier on about your technique and stuff. Just tell us how you've gone about it, because it hasn't been anything flashy, it hasn't been anything well publicized. You've just gone out there, done your job, changed a few things, and found success.
Yeah, I guess any international cricketer goes through certain phases and changes in their style of play to adapt to whatever they're coming up against. I've changed a few things technically, but nothing major. But I've always felt that the biggest value that I've gained is the experience over the years of playing international cricket. I think mentally that settles you a little bit, and for me that's what it has done. So fortunately, I've managed to score some runs and just get find my feet, over some few years now at the international level. And just trying to score as many runs as I can. But technically one or two things have changed, but I think the biggest value is the experience.
Who do you? I mean, do you work with anyone specifically as far as your batting goes? I know you don't get much time to play with the Dolphins, and I know everyone down there in KZN is so happy. I think Stanger's got like a week's public holiday after your great knock. But I mean, is there anyone that you sort of credit with? Sorry, Tonguard. Okay, North Coast. Is there anyone that you credit with your with basically your technique and working with your batting as you progressed along?
There's a few coaches that I've worked with. Phil Russell, Graham Ford, Hashim Amla at the Dolphins. There are quite a few guys. Rivas Tobin as well. There are quite a few guys. I might miss out a few. With no disrespect to them. But I remember after that England series when I first started, Phil Russell had mentioned to me that Hashim, you scored runs with whatever way your normal style of batting, but every cricketer goes through ups and downs. So he found nothing wrong with it. He just said you just keep batting and persist on the way that you have. And fortunately, I kind of took his advice. One or two small changes, but I just get things pretty natural. And I always felt that if you try and change too much, you're probably going to go backwards. And you're going to try, and I try to keep things original and just the way I play. And everybody has a bit of fault here and there and flaws to, in their batting, and it's about trying to minimize that and maximize your strength, and that's what I've tried to do.
Sorry?
Hash, first, congratulations on a superb knock.
Thank you.
You were at the crease for 13 hours and 10 minutes. You faced 529 balls. How do you maintain concentration for such long periods of time?
And not break a sweat.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just try to bat each ball. I think it really helps when you're in two big partnerships because you would, the scoreboard is ticking and we have a big goal in mind. Fortunately, we managed to bowl them out for 380, I think, which was a surprise to many, considering they were cutting 260 for 3 on the first day. So this was a big opportunity for us, and I think with that in mind, we just kept going, and as the partnership developed, we kept going ahead of their score, and then you're seeing the fruits of maybe those hard, tough patches while we were batting, come to fore. So, I think it's taking each session as it comes, and being patient when the times are tough. I think that is Test cricket. That's basically what Test cricket is, especially in the batting side. So two big partnerships, and having guys like Shaq and Graham around, extremely experienced campaigners to kind of guide the scene through it.
Tom?
You mentioned Jacques, and it was great. It was a great scene to watch him congratulate you when you hit that 4 to reach 300. What did he say to you when he gave you that hug?
2 hugs.
Yeah.
Jake had a big smile on his face, and he was extremely supportive, and then he said that he was extremely proud of me, and that it was an honor for him to be there. That's obviously big words coming from the big man himself. But I think just batting with him is, it's always a pleasure, and being on the other end is always fantastic to watch. As I said, his experience is been invaluable to the team, and so I think we're all just drawing on some of that. Unfortunately, he had a magnificent test match himself. And I think his class has just come through. I think the older he gets, the better he plays.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a few naysayers have been completely silenced over the last, in the last few days, but I mean, even previously. So, just from that aspect, it's been great to watch as well. Did you guys know you were going to declare at T, or was it discussed when you walked back into the change room? Because, I mean, look, Jacques, it was well documented about his double centuries and lack of. Now he's got a couple. So, was it discussed beforehand, or was it only discussed when you walked into the change room?
Well, there was a total that we were looking at to be at T. So once unfortunately we were on par with, I think, 250 odd. We wanted to be. So at T, when we had got into the change room, I think there was a bit of discussion between Graham and between Graham and Gary, and they would have spoken to Jacques, and I think the call was made that we have enough. And Jacques being the team man that he is, said, yeah, no, absolutely no problem. The team certainly comes first, and we declared, and fortunately it worked out quite well. As I said, it gave us a good level. I think it was about 30 40 overs late in the evening, and that we did really good damage. 4 wickets is a massive impact in the second innings. So I think everything worked out very smoothly, and it was a fantastic declaration by Buffy.
All right, last one from Simon.
Yeah, by and large, I mean, you played the bowling extremely well. The only person that you really sort of struggled against was Ravi Bopara. I mean, you gave England really the only 2 chances. It was
bowling pies.
Yeah, he had his little gentle medium paces.
Yeah, Ravi.
It's your teammate as well from the Dolphins.
Yeah, maybe that's why, I think. But Ravi is he's a deceptive bowler. I think when he came on, maybe we just fancied to score a few more runs, and I think that's why the opportunities presented themselves. But we go through the kind of things in the beginning. So fortunately, it didn't cause any damage, and the guys didn't take their chances. As you need a lot of fortune when you're scoring runs. So fortunately, things went wrong.
Yeah, I can't believe you found a weakness in that knock. I saw nothing.
It's just constructive criticism.
And what I loved about it is when it was time to push on, you just turned into one-day mode and took them on, and it worked as well. So 311, Hashim. That's the biggest score made by any South African batsman in the history of this great game. Has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, I think it has sunk in. But I'm just really grateful. I mean, you can never do it alone. I mean, there's so many people involved in my career that this kind of success, is a tribute to them, and they are part of it. I'm just happy that it fell onto my plate, and we managed to win the test match, which is the biggest thing. I mean, it's never a nice feeling when you've done well, but the team hasn't managed to win. I think records will be broken, but I guess just being the first guy to score 300 is a nice feeling.
I wouldn't put it past you breaking your own record sometime, even this year. So a few people wouldn't put it past you. And I think, just as we wrap it up with you, Hashim, it's not just about what you bring batting-wise and how you've kicked on. I think I remember at around about that time you had an average in the low 20s. So, I mean, since then you've been averaging 60s, 70s in Test cricket. That is a heck of an achievement, but it's also your calmness and your demeanour that must be a massive, massive part of that side. Just your general persona being around that team.
Well, I think you have to speak to my teammates. I can't really say too much.
I think they say it already. I
just try and enjoy my game.
Yeah.
I'm involved in a highly professional and quality cricket team, which always helps. I mean, you've got guys like Graham, Jacques, Gale, Evie, just to name a couple of guys who are probably top of the world, in their own skills. So, being involved in that kind of unit, Amone as well, being involved in that unit is certainly a privilege and honor for me. And I've just enjoyed the company, and unfortunately the results have been good over the last couple of years. And we're hoping to build on that.
Long may it continue while you bat for South Africa until you're at least 40 years old. So there's another 11 years to go there as well.
40,
yeah, you can do it.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
All right, just lastly, what did Ahmed say to you when you must have spoken to you or sent you a message? What did he say to you?
No, I'm very happy. The family is obviously very proud and happy with managing to get some runs. So everybody's just good at home, and I think that's the biggest thing. You just do the family is happy and safe at home.
Fantastic. Incredibly proud of you.
Last question, Hashim.
Thank you very much.
Do you boys have Olympic plans this week? Are you going to go watch anything while you're over there?
Well, it's hard to get away from it because it's going to, I think for a week's time it's going to be pretty big here. We won't be in London, I think, fortunately, because I think it's going to be chaotic in the streets and things like that. But I'm sure we'll catch out and keep our eye out for the South African contingents. Our hearts are to them, and we know how much time and energy goes into a big competition. Like this. So we'll be watching out and hoping they keep the flags flying, and they have our full support. I mean, the team talks about it regularly. that they have our full support, and we wish them all the best.
Awesome stuff, Hashim. We appreciate your time chatting to us today. I know you are a very popular man, and will be for a long time, so we appreciate your time. All the best for the rest of the series, and congrats once again.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Hashim.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.